Okay, welcome back to the Keystone Hiker. I'm here with for my first adventure of the year. It is April 7th, 2025. As you can see, we got some snow. It's going to be clearing out here, but the cooler temperatures and stuff will stick around for the next few days. It is Monday, like I said, April 7th. I'll be up here until Friday. This adventure is going to be a lot of different things, maybe something you never heard of, some places you never seen before, and that's good, that's good to get these places out there for you guys to see. The highlight, if there is one ever, would be I want to get to Ridgeway, Pennsylvania to visit Umbrella Rock and possibly get there by Devil's Den. There's another rock formation, really cool looking rocks that the wind and the rain from all the millennia ate away at these things and made some really unique formations and stuff. I also like to get some shed hunting done for elk. You can't ask a local up here or anywhere around these parts. They're pretty tight-lipped about that stuff, but you just got to go out and put the work in, and I'm fine with that. So maybe we'll get to see that too. I got a couple trails picked out, maybe some trout fishing. But first of all, we got to get some work done. So I just want to say thank you for joining me here on the Keystone Hiker, and away we go. The reason I'm doing this is supposed to get down in the, near freezing the next couple nights up here. So we have a wood stove in there. If I need it, I'm going to hook it up. But if not, the wood's here for later. But I do have a tree after I get this stocked up that I have to cut up. So we got some work to do. But stay with me. We got some adventure too. Now that all the chores are done, we're going to go for a ride. See what we can get. Just for today, there's still more chores. I just want to show you where we're at right now. This place here reminds me of, you ever hear of Top of the World in Benazet, or Bucktail Vista, or whatever that's called. I think it's the same one, but I think it's called also Bucktail Vista. But this is a 360 here where I'm standing. I mean, you're on top of the world from where I'm at, anyhow. But we're out here. I'm out here at shed hunting. See if I can't get lucky and find an elk shed or a deer shed. I'll take that, but more so elk. There's a red hue to the trees. That's their budding.
I mean, it is prominent through here. If it was sunny, you could really see it, but this is a 360. No wind. Crows are active. Birds. It's a gloomy day. It's a moody day, but it's nice. On a clear day, this shot right here. I don't know if you can make it out, but the valleys that mimic each other and go back through there. Good shot. I just want to fill you guys in, and I'm going to get to looking for some sheds. We came down off that hill up there. Came into these retention ponds here. I was here before, but there was no water in them, but this is sort of what it looks like now. Pretty interesting spot here. It's all clay on the bottom of that, it looked like. What I'm going to do is take that straight away. You'll see that grass road. That's what I'm going to try to do, and try to do a loop out of this and get back up on top. But nice little area here. Birds are active. Probably because I'm here. What the heck's that guy doing here? Yeah. All right, we're almost back to the truck. This place pretty much got skunked here for the sheds, but we're gonna stop. I got a couple other places on the way down. But I don't know if you have read my shirt on the back there. As a buddy of mine, he has a little side gig, which we all need that these days. Smoking bones. You name it, chicken wings, pulled pork, whole pigs, whatever. He'll do anything for you. So if you're 570 area, 717 area code, you know, stop the video there and take the number off the back and call him up. Really good stuff, and he's a customer friendly on the pricing. Good guy. Mention the Keystone Hiker, maybe he'll give you a discount. We'll see what he has to say there. But again, we're just out here. You know, it was a travel day. I got my chores done. I wanted to get that tree cut. So now I'm just out here doing what I'm doing. Can't blame a guy for doing. I got some, like I said, I got some hikes planned this week. Umbrella Rock. I don't know which day we're gonna do that. Maybe, probably, I guess tomorrow we'll do that. There's so many that I want to do, and I'm trying to jumble them all in 1 week, but it's going to be impossible. But we'll get there. But all right, onward to the next spot. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget about Smoking Bones. All right, we made it to spot number 2, and what I'm going to do is going through here and just zigzag through, and you know, I got that side of the road and this side of the road, or it's kind of like a logging road, I guess. But so that's what I'm going to do, is go in there and just zigzag through, you know. And I know there's elk here, so it's like, do I keep my eyes on the ground, or I mean, it's not like a deer. Like you if it takes off, you're gonna know it, because I jumped one there at 12-mile run there in Quehanna, and wow, did it scared the stuff out of me. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wander through here and see what I can find. It's a quiet day. Quiet. Okay, so I'm coming through here, and I Came into this open area here in the woods here, and check this tree out. That's what you call branching out. Pretty amazing, isn't it? I wonder if that thing gets leaves on it. Pretty amazing. Okay, so that was so day one was it was a travel day. I got some work done around here, around the camp. I got to go out and do some shed hunting. Of course, I was skunked there, but I did get a couple cascades. As you can see, you know, the trout fishing might not be so good up here because of the high water. So I came up with another plan. So tomorrow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to Quehanna area. All right. I'm going to come up Wyckoff. I come out 120, come up Wyckoff, come down here on Quehanna Highway. All right. There should be a parking area through here. And I'm going to head out Quehanna Trail. Try to hit these four views here. There's one here, there's two here, and out here to 3 runs. And I might be able to do a loop here of some sort. Okay. If not, I can just come right back here. But Mr. Miller had this is a map that he gave me. As you can see here, there's it's marked all over the place, which is great. I love that, and I did hit some of these for him. But I thought I remember him saying something about this area out here, so I'm gonna just go out here for today. And it's supposed to be windy, blustery, cold. So we'll see what happens with this. And then tomorrow, I want to plan my trip to Umbrella Rock. It's supposed to be a little bit more. It's supposed to be warmer, 50s, you know, and more sun. So that's what I'm looking for. But day one was a success. I would think so. And of course, any day out here in nature is a successful day. So let me get settled in for the night, and then I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay. Thank you for joining me here. I'll tell you, I like summer mornings to sit out here, but with this little snow falling like this, gently down, sun out, the wind didn't pick up yet, it's just as good to me. If you have access to a place like this, or you know, you just need to get away from something, or just for a vacation or whatever it is to clear your mind, I don't know if you can beat nature for that. But to each his own, I guess. Okay, so I'm currently right here along the Quehanna Highway at the registration map. I'm going to get on the Black Powder Trail, take it to Quehanna, and then from on Quehanna I'm going to head up through and hit these vistas up to 3 Runs Vista. And then from there I got to make up my mind if I want to come back here, and then maybe hit this one again and then come out to Quehanna and just end it there, or go up 3 runs here and do a loop. We'll see how that works out. It's very windy, and wind chills are colder than what I expected. So we're gonna get going though, and play it safe though, okay? All right, off we are. All right, we're hooked up to the black powder trail, which right over there is the kiosk, so it's not. And then this will hook us up with Quehanna. And what we'll do from there is hang a left. We'll go out Quehanna Trail. Check out these vistas. I mean, you can hear them. You can hear the wind, I'm sure. But tomorrow is kind of why I changed up my plans. Tomorrow's supposed to be up in the 50s. So that's when I'm going to go out to Umbrella Rock. I think it's still supposed to be breezy, but not as cold. So, but we're out here adventuring regardless. And if this doesn't work out, I had to use Wyckoff Road, and man, if you ever been there, you know what I'm talking about. And the creeks are full up here. I'll probably be making some pit stops on the way back. But yeah, it's windy. The sun's out. We're off. Some of what we're in right now. Still a kind of a road. Open forest though. You know, on a day like today, I'm sure you can hear the wind. I don't mind being out in the open like this. It's another reason I took into consideration doing this, because Umbrella Rock has a lot, you know, you're in the forest there, so more opportunities to get clocked in the head by one of them guys. But you gotta roll with the punches, you know what I mean? Hiking's like life. Whatever Mother Nature throws at you, you got to deal with it. I like that problem. I like having that problem. All right, so here's where you have this is what an elk scrape, or an elk rub on a tree. I'm eye height right here, and that still goes up a little bit. Amazing, ain't it? Big animals. I mean, he reached onto this one too. Good stuff. This is right on the black powder trail. You can see over here too, he rubbed a little bit. All right, let's get back at it. So yes, there's still ice. There were snow showers last night too. But for this black powder trail too, you could just make a loop out of this one too. You could come back, do this route here instead. When you get to Quehanna Trail, where I'll be making a left, you'll just make a right, and it will take you back out to the Quehanna Highway, and you can walk back. You can go back to your car there. It's a little loop. I mean, this is a nice. It's a nice walk, is what it is, and I'm pretty sure. You know, you'll as we've seen there, you'll get some opportunities to see some elk, or signs, or, you know, whatever. If you don't see anything, you're still out here. But yeah, this is a service road maybe. But, you know, and I get what they do here is to get people to come out and enjoy this stuff. You got to have trails like this. You got to have hard trails. You got to have easy trails. You got to have moderate. People are looking for different things. Choices are good for people, you know. Choices are good. So, but yeah, this one. Sometimes we get down in dips. Like here, we see one coming up here, and the wind kind of misses me. It's still above me, but I'll take whatever I can get, right? See, you can sort of tell here I'm down in the dip, and you get, you know, the wind's up there, but it's not hitting me. Another thing too, you heard me say that the wind chill's a little iffy at times, okay? So in my truck, I had this and I had these. I mean, it worked. I always, you probably hear me, maybe you're sick of me saying it, but try to be prepared for stuff. March, April in Pennsylvania, and they're not 70, 80 degrees every day. You can go out one day and be 65, the next would be snow, 20, 23 with a wind chill, you know? So just be prepared. You know, you're going out. You're sort of a weatherman up here, you know, up in these parts. You go outside. What's the weather like? Well, you better go outside and check for yourself. It changes. But yeah, pretty nice. A little bit behind me, it's still this road. We got to soon be hitting this Quehanna. So. Yeah, that's what I was saying about walking, hiking in the woods. Wow. So, right up there is where I got that picture of the pole line. And you just go by that maybe 30 yards and you'll see an orange blaze over there. And right on your left side is the way I'm gonna go. Is another blaze. So if you wanted to make a loop out of this, just and go back, you would go to your right here, all right, and then head out that way. I don't know, that place has falling trees, so I'm going left on the Quehanna Trail here. You can see, you know, a couple weeks ago this place got hammered pretty good. I know where my mom's camp is there. You know, they got hit pretty good too. But finally on some single track here. And I'll tell you what, this Black Powder Trail would be a good place to come. You know, like it's 9. Well, when I got here it was like 9:30, but earlier than that, and then that in the evening, you'll see a lot of rubs. And track from elk already. Look at this, I love this stuff. Well, it brings you back out to the line here. You go cut across it. Yeah. So if you're going to want to do this one, you could cut off that 25 yards and just turn up here, but whatever. Keeps going that way, the pole line. We're going to stay on the trail. Out here and hit some vistas. I have to keep my ears open. But we made it to the Quehanna Trail, so off we go again. Alright, so far it's just been in this laurel tunnel. This whole Oh, Quehanna Trail's here. Oh yeah, I bet you when this stuff's blooming, I bet you this is beautiful in this part. This wind got me nervous now. But, like I always say, it's part of it. Gotta keep your ears open, stay awake. Good stuff. It's said to be cloudy today, but the sun's been out more than the clouds. So thank you for that, Mother Nature. All right, we finally got out of that tunnel, out here in the open woods again. Lots of variety up here. And when you're on the Quehanna Trail, the blazes are orange, okay? Coming down in, that's good. Here's what we're going down into. There's a couple on here on this map that aren't named the vistas. I don't know if this is one of them or what. I think the one that's named is 3 Run Vista, so yeah. There is a benefit with not having leaves on the tree. You get to see a little bit further in the woods. Alright, so I took a little break here by this stream. Really nice and quiet. Wind ain't bad. So I'm gonna start heading down again, but look at, you can see how steep these are. And it goes on and on down. Pretty steep. And what's this? What is this? Easter Bunny was here. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Alright, we're still descending. What I think I can do is make a loop for the road there where I parked that said Reservoir Road. I think Quehanna Trail here actually crosses it. Yeah, I can make a loop out of that. We got a ways to go yet here. It is beautiful. Rocks. Underneath the rocks, the water's flowing. Nice little water flow, huh? So now we're walking up here along the ledge here, leaving the run here. We came right down that sucker. Look at that. Came right down that. You know, walking right along the edge of it. This is something else. Even when your eyes and your mind are craving green, bang, sun comes out and hits the moss on these rocks and on these logs. Amazing. I don't know if you can make it out, but yeah, it's green. Up through the forest there, look at that. I hope you can tell that. Pretty amazing. Everything's brown and the sun comes out and hits these. That looks that's pretty awesome. Quehanna. I'm always telling you about this place. So it just so happened that it came back out and walked along the stream here that we were walking down. This is a shot from down at the bottom of it, looking up there. That thing just won't quit, will you? Oh, what do we got down here? Let's see. Oh, I think that one should be coming in this empty reservoir. Check it out. The only trail crosses here. Campsites. Alright, let me, I gotta look at my information here. Maybe we'll go check the campsites out. I don't know. Let's check it out here once. Okay, so where I think I'm on this road here. Okay, so I'm gonna cross it. There's a stream down here with a, I see a bridge, so yeah. So what I'm gonna try to do is this. Go up to here. Once I hit that, I'll run out to 3 Runs Vista here. Not run, but hike. And maybe come back and then come back this way to where I'm parked. I think that will work. I'm not one for coming back the way I came, but if I have to, I will. But just wanted to fill you in, because I need it to know too. That's why you carry these maps too. So, off we are. Alright, so I decided to keep going here. I'm not going to go down and check them campsites out. Look at this. If I was camping, this is where I would be. Of course, they're probably down there against this, so there's some water
You know, if you're hiking, there is a 72-mile trail. It's Quehanna Trail. You know, you need water, so. You know, early in the season, I'm sure there ain't going to be any problems with the water. Oh yeah, look at that up there. And it's a truck behind us here. Oh yeah. Beautiful stuff. Another thing about hiking the Quehanna Trail in the springtime, or anywhere really up in the PA Wilds here in the springtime, you have these, again, I've probably done this before, but these runs or drafts you'll see on your maps or people talking about. And in the springtime, these are, you know, healthy for water, but they do dry up most likely in the, you know, August, possibly July, depending on what kind of summer we have. But it's always nice to walk up along these. And I did one, well, a few of them. I know one, Sanders Draft was a nice one. Boy, there was a lot of little waterfalls up there that came down, and you hiked up along in a lot of laurel. I mean, it was a lot. It was bigger than the stuff we were in today, and it was bloomed, not, you know, not with the flowers, but it was during the season. This is April here, so it's not going to be, so get out of here. I'll tell you, good stuff. Yeah, we're climbing, so the wind's going to get us now. Onward and upward. Another thing about hiking the Quehanna Trail in the springtime, or anywhere really up in the PA Wilds here in the springtime, you have these, again, I've probably done this before, but these runs or drafts you'll see on your maps or people talking about. And in the springtime, these are, you know, healthy for water, but they do dry up most likely in the, you know, August, possibly July, depending on what kind of summer we have. But it's always nice to walk up along these. And I did one, well, a few of them. I know one, Sanders Draft was a nice one. Boy, there was a lot of little waterfalls up there that came down, and you hiked up along in a lot of laurel. I mean, it was a lot. It was bigger than the stuff we were in today, and it was bloomed, not, you know, not with the flowers, but it was during the season. This is April here, so it's not going to be, so get out of here. I'll tell you, good stuff. Yeah, we're climbing, so the wind's going to get us now. Onward and upward. You can tell you're coming up, you start seeing this. Blowdowns. They came through here already. We're on top of things up in these parts. Here's a nice path for you, because a lot of people will make their own paths you know, like around this, if you don't do that, and then it'll cause another trail, more erosion. So there's a lot more behind it than, I mean, look up through there. There's more behind it than what, you know. Well, let's go out and use a chainsaw. You know, so. Lots of money. So what I think's happening here is, like, we came down that little stream with them little waterfalls, and we're going up this one. So that's awesome. It's not a big, you know, it's not a hard climb or anything, but it's nice to listen to. And by the way, good catch. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. So something I've seen, heard, and also learned on my own, going through, you know, when you're hiking, and some of these blazes, you know, they might not be, you might not be able to see them. They might be fainted or whatever. So in that case, say you got stuck, you know, always keep that last one you saw, you know where that one's at, and go from there. Or if you lose that one, always look for signs. This is handmade, this is hand cut on both sides. So that's telling me, hey, it's probably the way. Okay? So if you're ever out there lost, or just looking, you know, seeing if anybody else is around, I don't know. That's what, you know, that's a good way to tell. You know, look for cut logs, hand cut, not broke like that, but for that, you're right on the trail like this. Okay, it's a little tip, you know, you never know. This is just so relaxing. So relaxing. Alright, I think we're leaving the draft now. We're climbing up. I took my hat off so I don't sweat. Because yeah, I know, pretty much know what I'm gonna get, where I'm going here, but you know, I lived too many years on the earth to know that things can take a nosedive in a hurry, so I want to take the precaution. But yeah, this is where we're at. Not too bad, huh? Okay, I believe that's one of the vistas. We just got up out of that. That climb wasn't bad. I'm sure that's probably one of them, the way it looks on my map too. So up here around the bend, I believe, is the second one, and that doesn't have a name. So let's see what happens here. I'll tell you, I got the sweat on there, but I took my hat off. Yeah, here's the other one, I bet you. Or maybe this is the first one. Oh yeah, look at this. That's nice. Huh. Very nice. Oh yeah.
here's an awesome part. Man, this is beautiful in here. What a swampy area. With pines and moss. This is awesome. That's where I came from there. You know, as I came here on the radio, the local high school up here is called Bucktail High School. And what they're trying to do is change the state fossil. I guess the state fossil is something that is normal, but this thing that they want to change, don't ask me the name of it. I'm not a pathologist or whatever they are. Sorry about that, but they're trying to get it into like a lizard, a meat-eating lizard that was around these parts. So, you know, if he's interested in that stuff, you know, they're going to be putting legislation through for that, so check it out. But this is an amazing spot right here. It kind of reminds me of something when I was crossing them boards, like an alligator or something. But it's pretty interesting stuff, so, you know, if you're into that, you know, you can find out more. It was on the radio station 106.9. This is, just brings me back to prehistoric times. Not that I was there. Looks like you're coming out to it. Oh, it's a road. Oh, this is probably the road we have to cross. And then we'll come back and get on that. And get on the reservoir road. You can hear that wind whipping still. Let's see what we got here. But when you're out of the wind, the sun's hitting you, you're actually warm. But I'll tell you, them views there, whew, the wind was hitting you there, and I just came up over, so according to that, we'll go up here a little bit here. Yeah, we'll be coming back here probably and heading that way. All right, get back at you in a minute.
Getting some frog eggs already. Boy, I bet you warm nights this is going. Noisy pond.
Okay, so when we come out this, the way we were coming, you'll turn left up here, right over there in that tree. It's hard to see the blaze, but you'll turn left when you get to, I think this is Three Runs Road or something like that. So we're gonna road walk a bit and then you hook back onto it. Yeah, there's the blazes on that. You'll hook back onto it on the right here, I believe. And then we'll head out to that vista. The name vista, Three Run Vista. That area here. Jeez. Beautiful area. Mr. Miller, he did it again. All right, so we came to the side of the Three Runs Fire Tower. The cabin. I can see the foundation here. I'll walk over there. It's built in 1923 and removed in 79. So it looks like there's a little side trail over here with the same kind of blaze, but we'll check this out because the blazes are here too. So yeah,
It's just the site of a fire cabin, I guess. Over the years, Mother Nature took it over. Well, I'd have stayed here. This is beautiful in here. Alright, let's find our way over here to the... Oh, looks like there is a campsite here. Oh yeah. This is a nice campsite. Pine trees. You got flat ground, soft ground for tents. You got... There's hammock. You can hang hammock here. Heck yeah. Nice little area. This is number 14 trail. We're going to keep going straight, but this... Well, that'd be something if I could hook that up with something. I'm going to look around here, but for now, I'm going to get out here to this vista, I believe. Well, you know, yesterday we were out hunting them sheds there, and man, you won't believe how many different limbs I looked at, like, hey, there's one. No, it's a limb. Oh, amazing. But, you know, today's been, for as much as the sign was for out there on the Black Powder Trail there, yeah, had my hopes up. But you know, we're not done yet. Alright, so we came to where we turn in off this road here, so maybe you don't know what this means. When you look at a blaze like this, alright, the bottom one is the trail. The top one tells you which way to go. So we're gonna, you know, the trail wants us to turn right because the top one's on the right side. If it wanted us to turn left, this one would be over here. Okay? Just so you know. Yep. So now we're back on single track. For too long, we should be at that vista. And I have a feeling it should be a good one. I mean, why not? Today's been awesome. Okay, so I just came out to another road here, but this is very interesting over here. Gotta come over here and check it out. We'd continue straight, but we gotta get over here and check this out. Be a food plot of some sort. The wind ain't here either, and that sun feels amazing. Nice little spot. Okay, so I just came back to the Quehanna here, get on it. Just realized I looked at the map there. We came out of Clearfield County and into Cameron County right now. Back there around Three Vista Run there. But I also looked at something there that I might change my route again. Because if I stay on Quehanna past the view here, I could pick up the number 15 trail and then hook up to the same road. So I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna sit down up here and review and eat the rest of my snacks and get a drink and take a look at the map. I've seen elk dropping, so That's a good sign too. Semi-fresh. Boy, she's really giving it to me now. Amazing. I love it. All right, stick with me here. Amazing day going on. Amazing day.
All right, a little bit of what we're in now. Lots of laurel.
See the sun shining off the leaves.
Cool spot. Rock outcropping like that. We gotta climb down through it, but all right, I believe this is it. I didn't see no sign or anything, but this has got to be it. 3-run vista. Pretty nice. This is some beautiful stuff again. This is a pine plot right here. Look at this stuff. We got a camping spot up here. Nice little thing here. Oh. This is a camping spot. And here's where you can get your drink of water at. Look at that. Amazing, huh? And the water comes right out underneath that tree. Okay, so from right over here from the water, we have a nice little camping area. Soft ground for tents, it looks like. Little foundation there. There's a little, I don't know if this is a trail or a stream. I mean, over here it looks like a trail. But good place to camp anyhow. Water, you know, shelter. No trash. It's awesome. And we're going to keep going that way. More foundations. Wow, this is awesome here too. There's a big old growth tree. Them things are huge. Okay, so luckily I got my map out and looked at this. This is actually the number 15 trail. So I'm going to be, once I get away from the water trough, right beyond it, in between that and the fireplace, I'm going to turn left and go up to number 15. That will take me to a road. And then I take that to another, I'm not sure if it's a trail or a road or what. I still got a ways to go here. Out country. Man, I hope the heck I hope I see one out in the wild like this. It's a heck of a trail here. Got water on it. Alright, here we go. There. See, there's that old growth I just showed you. It's on the other side of that. She's leaning pretty good. Amazing. Alright. One more down. 15. But you know what? This is why I call these adventures. I mean, this is one place, Quehanna, where you can grab a map or have it, whatever, an app, whatever, you know, as long as you get service. And just come in, grab it, grab your pack. Let's put a trail together. Start heading out. Sooner or later, you'll be able to put a nice little loop together. There's so many of them up here that you can use so many different trails. The map I have is the one that Mr. Miller gave me. He has marked on there of different things to see. So I bring that with a lot when I come here. Alright, on the way on number 15 trail. Okay, so right back there, if you remember the number 14 trail, as we came up, number 14 now is on with us, and number 15. So this is 14 and 15. If he's, you know, if you're following along and you want to make a loop of some sort. But we opened up again, only to go back in again. It's all good. But I wanted to fill these in, let you know, hey, 14, 15, we are on now. And we'll take us out to 3 Runs Road, I believe. And from there we go and we get on another one and back to the truck. It's still pretty many miles yet, I believe. Didn't realize how far I went. But the more the merrier for me. Spend the day in the woods like this. Yeah. All right, I believe, yep, we're at 3 Runs Road. We're going to be turning left on this, and we're going to head out until we find Old Cinnamon Trail, and I believe turn left on that. So this is 214 trail. So this is not 14 trail, it's to it. It hooks up to it. This is 15 trail that we just came out of. Okay. So we're gonna have a road walk here a little bit. And now we're gonna be looking for Old Cinema Horning Trail. And I believe somewhere in the line here of Elk State Forest. So. All right, keeping you on the loop. Easy walking here, I see. Here we have a beautiful white birch. Beautiful. That's stuff you can use for starting fires. And Mr. Miller also told me that I believe birch trees
or the ones where chaga comes from. But I'm not sure, but I think that's what he told me. But we got a little lot of them here, you know. Not very big, but they are nice. I'm up there when I was at Marion Brooks. That's known for that up in that area. I mean, that day it was rainy and I got soaked that day, but yeah, white birch, man. Especially when you have blue skies. When I went up Sanders Draft, there's a lot of them up there, and actually a lot of them. And it was blue skies. The background was blue skies, and the white birch trees. Oh, man, it was awesome. So if you didn't check that video out, go check that one out and look at it. I mean, you know, you can fast forward or whatever you want to do, or watch the whole thing. But yeah, they're nice trees. Nice trees.
Okay, so the course changed once again. That old Cinemahoning Trail is just that old. I couldn't find it anywhere in there. I was rooting around with my GPS and everything, and I don't know. So I'm gonna stick on this out to Quehanna Highway, and then walk up to where I parked. At least that's what the plan now. Who knows what's gonna happen here? But anyhow, so don't rely on that old Cinemahoning Trail unless I missed it. But the way it, well, what do you know? The GPS is a little funky up here. I was even wondering that when I was looking at it before. Here it is. So we're back on the old Cinemahoning Trail. Ay, ay, ay. So this will take us to Reservoir Road. And deer. All right, came to Reservoir Road here. The camping area in 0.8 miles. Cool, we get to see it anyhow. So we got to Reservoir Road. On we go. Sweet little spot right here. Okay, so we went by this. I figured I'd go back and look before I turn these on. It's just a clearing. There's not even, I didn't even see a foundation or nothing. But it's a recognition. You know, the civilian conservation, they what do they do a lot for, or did a lot for this too, for any area in Pennsylvania here. Look at that thing. Woody Woodpecker was home, buddy. Something was in there and he wanted it. Okay. If anything today, we sure seen our fair share of unique waterways. This is a little spring. You can come here and get to your camp or hiking, whatever. But it's not tested, so you need to filter it or board it. Awesome. Awesome stuff. I like that. Okay, so coming up the hill here, we came from down there, right up from the spring, Yellow Snake camping area. And right out there is the truck. So I'm going to stop, go check this out. Camping areas are always awesome to find new ones, man. My favorite so far, Shaggers Inn, bar none. Alright, so here's a kiosk. There's a map here. Kind of show where you're at. This is full of maps. I got two of them, Moshannon State Forest and Quehanna shared use. And the more I look at this, this might be a horse camping, but I'm going to check it out anyhow.
And if I like it, you know what the next thing I'm going to do. Let's get on here and check this out quick. Okay, I don't know if you can make them out. There's turkey right up there. Awesome stuff. Alright, well, let's have some fun here. Lazy bug. Yep, there they go. One had a nice beard on it though. I got some with my phone. The zooms. This GoPro don't. But yeah, this is what I thought. But I wonder if they'd mind if a hammock camper came here and hung for a while. Imagine, you know, there's other places that you can camp. People have places that you know, it's mostly out in the open, but the elk come in there. But I'll tell you, I would rather be in the woods like this than elk come into my campground. No doubt about it. But we'll check the rest of it out and head back. Okay, so went around here and there's five campsites for horseback riders and stuff, but that just goes to show you here in Quehanna, it's not just about the Quehanna Trail, the hiking part. There's horseback riding trails, there's mountain bike trails along these along the Quehanna here. You just got to find them and come out here and, well, looks like maybe there's 6 of them. There's 6 sites. But yeah, lots to do out here, lots to see, and I know I got a lot more to do here, so I'm very excited about that. Not today, of course, but in the days to come, in the weeks to come, and the years to come. All right, head back to the truck. When I came in here, I looked out, I could see the Quehanna Highway, so it's not far. Okay. No, I seen it all. I wonder if there's a story behind this or what. If anybody watches this and knows it, if there is a story, you know, let me know. I don't know. Never seen this in the woods. All right, we had made it back. Big old loop. I don't know. Feels like I did a lot today. You know, I think I left at like 9:30. Left the truck at 9:30. It is now 4:05. So I don't know. Maybe 6 to 10 miles. I don't know. You know, with the off trails and such. All right. Now we get in and drive back to camp. Put the feed bag on. All right. So I'm making burgers tonight. I always show you what I'm having. So these are the done ones. So what I do is make a little patty there. Put some cheese in there. And then, excuse me, make another patty. And put it right in there. That's how I'm going to have my cheeseburgers tonight. And I'll probably put cheese on top of it too. But I just figured I'd share with you what I'm having tonight. Got to replace them calories, man. I burned a lot today. All right. Thanks for joining me again. Always an adventure here, you know what I mean? Yeah, salt and pepper them. Look at the cheese oozing out of it. Yeah, I'm going to have a good supper tonight. And probably, I got 3 of them in there. I got one on the plate that needs made yet. So I'll be taking probably these tomorrow on the hike. At least a couple of them. But yeah, look at that. It's going to be tasty and dandy. Alright, there's the finished product. I had to put more cheese on it because
The cheese that I put on top is Clearfield White American. And if you remember through the video, we were in Clearfield County. All right, I'm gonna end day 2. Have a nice little fire going. It's supposed to get down in the 20s again tonight. As far as today, Quehanna was just amazing again. It doesn't matter where I'm at in that place. It just shows off. And you know, as far as wildlife, you know, again, I didn't see much. I seen a deer or whatever, turkeys and stuff like that, but I really don't need that if I'm seeing everything else. You know what I mean? It's very, very, there's a variety of different ecosystems and different, like there's balds, like then you'll go into the laurel. Like we had this section here, we didn't have much bald, but the laurel today, there was a lot of laurel walking. I mean, especially at the beginning there, but man, the water was good, and I figured that is, and you know, when I'm coming back through, I'm riding along the west branch of the Susquehanna, and the water that I see coming there is a lot different than what I see down where I'm from. When that starts mixing with the stuff from New York, it's all over. It was almost like a blue colored tint, you know, to it, and all that water today, that was where all that was going. So that's all mountain water, fresh water, runoff from snow, whatever it is. But yeah, I had a great day. Now tomorrow, you know, looking forward to that. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer tomorrow. I said windy again, but you know, we just got to do what we got to do. And we're gonna head out to Ridgeway there to get to Umbrella Rock. So again, thanks for joining me here, and tomorrow's day 3, and I'm gonna have a good night tonight, and I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Welcome back to day 3. Woke up today, 24 degrees, but it's supposed to get up to like 50s, close to 55, somewhere around there. Today's the day we go out to the Umbrella Rock in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania. If it's anything like what I've been getting here, it should be a good day. It seems like the wind died down, at least here for now it is. So I'm hoping that holds true until I get done this trip. But a beautiful day, ready to get going here. Beautiful sunrise. We're set. Let's get on our way.
Hey, we got some elk. They're just sitting there, out there grazing. Awesome. Too bad we didn't see him yesterday in the wild. All right, so we made it to the parking lot here. It's just right off 219. You just come, I mean, that's 219 right there, and you just park here in the lot right off of it. And this is where we're gonna start at the gate. I did read that sometimes this is open, but I would still park here and go and walk back anyhow. But so we're just gonna go around. This is game lands, and there's walking sticks if you'd like. I know we're on a road here for a little while. This is a it's a pretty difficult place to find, I guess. I mean, the way I hear, I mean, I looked on YouTube for videos and stuff like that. I found one video. That was it. I found one video of the Umbrella Rocks and one video of Devil's Den. But that's it. It wasn't too clear, but I did find older directions, and that's the ones I'm going to go by. So Yeah. This railroad bed dates back to 1861. And I'll tell you what, coming up here was beautiful. So, I mean, we're in open woods now and you can kind of hear traffic too, but we'll get away from that, I'm sure. But all right, we made it here and we're on our way. So I'm walking out through here and I realized that for the first time in a long time, actually starting my hike away from the sun. Usually it's in the sun and I'm squinting and, you know, with the camera doesn't, you know, when you're looking at it and it comes through the camera there it gets, but yeah, so I figured I'll give you a back shot of me. But we're still walking on this road. I think it says about before the next place that we turn or keep going straight, there's a pile where it's blocking the road, but you keep going. This is the kind of directions that it's like geocaching. You gotta find something, you know what I mean? Go to this rock, turn left, go to the tree. So kind of interesting, but glad I brought this morning. Oh, but I didn't bring my gloves, but I'll be good with that. It's gonna get warm pretty quick. So yeah, still going. Okay, so here's where the railroad bed gets blocked. It says to keep following the road, so that's what I'm gonna do. Follow this road for another mile, and there'll be a rock formation on the right, so that's our next destination. So far, just easy walk in the woods. Okay, so I came to a fork in the road. And go that way, left or straight. I'm gonna just go straight, just to see what happens here. I didn't count on all these roads being here. The directions didn't give that. These directions are probably pretty old before these roads might have been in, so, but anyhow, I'm gonna try this one. Okay, so I think I found the rock formation that they mean. So continue on. It looks like there's a hill up here, so that's what we're looking for, a hill, and then there should be a blaze on the left side. Okay, so I think I found this. So you're going to come down this little stretch here, and it must have been a while ago because there's no paint marking on, a little bit faintly, but there is a path here that you're going to go back, and that's what I'm going to do because I can see through the trees. There's rocks, big rocks back there. But first, I'm going to take a walk over here quick. So that paint marking is not on the tree, so, but I want to see if I can't get a little view or something over here. Let me dig around here, maybe I can get something. Here's a little bit of a view. Nice area here. Well, let's get back there and find Umbrella Rock. All right, so we're on the trail here. Back here. Yeah, there's a lot of roads up here that I don't think were here when the directions were given, so pay attention to the video if you're going to come back here. Or you can do some research like I did. I googled Umbrella Rock and then there was a place, forget the name of it, PA something, and you can click on it and it gives you these directions, the ones that I used. But all right, we're almost there. All right, we made it to the base here. I'm pretty sure I know how to get. It's actually in this picture right here, Umbrella Rock. Over on the right side, I believe that's the rock. But I'm gonna stay below and look around down below here, check out, and then swing up around and get an Umbrella Rock. We made it, folks. Thanks you again, Mr. Miller. All right, so this is a Umbrella Rock from below. And we're gonna swing around and go up to the top of that, but I wanted to show it from this end too. Beautiful rocks. Mosey through here once and see what else I can find. Pretty nice stuff. Big too. Tall. Awesome. This is a beautiful area in here. You could probably spend all day up here if you wanted to. I'm gonna climb up, try to get up on top. Maybe I can go all along it, but I doubt it. And get it back out to Umbrella Rock from the top and check it out. There's some unique stuff that look at that. This is all caused, believe it or not, by wind and water. It ain't from the Ice Age. This is all many years of that. And this is also Allegheny National Forest, I believe it is, the National Forest even. But yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. If you're a geologist, you probably love this. Look at that. Awesome stuff. Another thing I see here a lot, trees growing up the rock. Amazing, huh? Reminds me of Fred Wood's Trail a lot. Okay, so we came back out to the face of Umbrella Rock, and for those of you that just want to go to Umbrella Rock, you're going to come to this, and you're going to go up to the left side of that. We're going to go up and wrap right around that to the top right there. Okay, so let's go get on up there, check it out from the top. Might be a view or two, huh? All right, we'll see this thing together. And there it is. Look at that. That's what you call umbrella rock. I think you can understand why, right? Very nice area, cool area. You can picture an Indian sitting over there looking out to this. Oh yeah. You can see the erosion, years and years of it. Millennium. Millennium. Yeah. Boy, it's very sandy. There's a view of what we walked through to get here. It's an easy path. The hardest part is getting through them directions. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Okay, another view of Umbrella Rock. Very nice area here. Very nice area. Okay, so I decided to let Devil's Den. There's 4 things that I'd like to do yet. I'm going to save Devil's Den and another trail that I wanted to do for sometime down the road, because as I was coming here, I seen the other 2 things that I wanted to do, and they're right on the way back to camp. So one of them you've probably heard of before is the chapel in the wood, and the cross also. So I seen her on the way, so that's what we'll finish this up here and head over and visit them too. All right. Beautiful day, man. This thing's gonna soon come off, but I'm glad I brought it. Okay, so we made it to the cross. It's right off Mount Zion Road. It's real easy to get to, and not far from here is the chapel. So we'll stop here first, since this is the first one we came to. Got some information. Snow and ice. It's nice to be here. I've only ever seen the picture of the cross. That's it. I didn't know this all existed. There's baby Jesus. There's me. Lost child of Jesus. Look. Very nice here. That's what the walkway looks like that they're on too. Little benches. don't know, but it seems to me they might even have they might have mass up here. Whatever. I don't know if this is a very nice area. Very nice. I got stuff over here. So. Guess all this stuff was donated, like benches and stuff like that. And this is the view that you always see. And what a view it is. You might be able to walk around there, but very nice. Okay, we're gonna take a walk back here a little bit, see what it's about. It's just, they might just be starting it or something maybe. But you're walking under here in the pine trees, and you have this to your left side. They're making benches, looks like. Very nice. Oh, I see. They're just starting this. The way it looks like. Yeah, we'll go up here and see what's going on. See where this goes. Might be a house. I don't know. Yeah. Somebody else's property. Yeah. Down we go. All right, we're gonna head back. And the last stop is the chapel in the woods. Now I know people can get in there and do, I don't know how this is, if it's open, just walk in or what. I know people had gotten married there and everything, so that's our next stop. And it's 5 minutes from here. So there's actually a place where you can, if you have any prayers, you can write it in the book, and in the nosy book, any comments, where you're from. All right, we made it to the little chapel in the woods. So you can rent it if you want to, like, to get married or whatever you want. There's even a Bigfoot here. There's Kincaid Historical Cemetery. Maybe we'll take a walk over there. The little chapel in the woods. Look at that for a backdrop there. From what I've seen, I think a man got this and did this for his father, I believe. Yeah, right there. There's a stone right there. And I believe inside he has them in his urn. His urn. Frederick Barthol. Yeah, there's microphone and everything in there. So nice deck out here. Walk out here. And this is the back of a little chapel. Now, there are no trespassing signs here, and it says stay on the paths. So that's what we're gonna do. But let's check out. This is from the back side here. I don't know if you can get in it, but I'm gonna try. All right, so I did try to get in, but you can't. So we probably have to get a hold of the guy or on the email there and get in there. But we're gonna take a walk over here to this little cemetery. See a couple headstones, but looks like there's also a placard here, so maybe we'll get some answers on who this is or why it's here. There's 3, 4 maybe. Oh, the Kincaid family. So there you go. War veteran, 1812. First true medical doctor to practice his profession in Elk County. Huh. Kincaid family. Very interesting there. You know, I often wonder this too up in these parts, in these mountains and stuff, how when people died way back, 17, like that one, 1700, 1800s, you know, there's probably more of these cemeteries out there like that we just never found, which is all right, you know, they're resting in peace. But very interesting stuff. Okay, so the sun's coming down on day number 3. I just came out here to the gas line here to see if I could see any deer or anything. There are some up there, but this camera probably ain't picking them up. But I had an awesome day 3 today. The weather, you know, that was spectacular, bar none. And but Umbrella Rock, that was a very unique area up in there, and I can't wait to get back there to do the Devil's Den, man. Because them rock formations, I keep thinking about those, and you know, they're sticking in my head to how actually, you know, nature made that. That's amazing to me. But also the elk herd that we seen, that was and you know, coming back through Benazet, that's a very windy road there, 555. You don't want to, you know, you want to be driving. I actually seen probably 8 to 10 more elk along that road. So, you know, there's opportunity up here to see them. So come on out and get them. And tomorrow is day 4, which is the longest video that I've done. So I don't know what I'll think of something, because, you know, like I said, Tuesday when I went to Quehanna, that was just, I decided that in the morning. So, but yeah, this is the end of day 3, and I'm having an awesome time. Very, you know, very relaxing time. I am. So I'll see you guys in the morning, unless I can get some on camera that's worthwhile. So I'll see you in the morning. All right, welcome back to day 4. As you can see, a nice casual day today. We're gonna have some weather rolling in here. It's raining
sleeting, sometimes snowing now. But I just came across south of Nova. I'm along 144 here, along the Chuck Kuiper Trail. So I'm gonna take a look-see back through here. I'm not sure if this is the trail, if it hooks up to it, but I do see orange markings over there. But yeah, so it'll be a chill day today, just finishing out my week here. So again, we're right alongside of 144. You can probably hear this truck over there. Very nice area in here, so I'm gonna come here. I was never really in here checking it out. I mean, I was up here at Fish Stand and on the dirt roads back there. But I'm gonna get back here and check this out for now. All right, here we go.
Okay, still along this path here. Came across this opening and I did start seeing blazes. So this is the Chuck Kuiper Trail. I know there's a trail somewhere around here. It's called Denison Fork. I'd like to find that. I don't know if it'll be today, but yeah. So like the Quehanna Trail, this is also orange. Chuck Kuiper. This is a tough trail, I heard. Like, I've been on it some areas and stuff, but I heard it through this whole thing is pretty tough. And the donut hole trails around this area too, so very steep mountains up here. Okay, as you can see, we're getting elevation here, so the snow's starting to lay. Just seen some turkey running. Sleet stopped. I'll go for a little bit more yet. See what we got. Because I'm not sure where this Denison Fork is, but we'll go a little bit further. Like I said, yesterday it was 50s. Now it's sleeting and snowing. You never know. Hey, spring up in these parts, man, or change just like this. But we're making it. And a lot of woodpeckers. Okay. So here's some devastation that happened, I told you about when I was on the Quehanna Trail. That happened, the wind damage up here. And there's a lot of this that I see along the road where it's steep. I don't know if there are straight line winds or what, but it just takes them and breaks them like toothpicks. I mean, just sections, you know? Like if you look above that, there's nothing down. It's just right in here. It's really devastating, and it's along this area up here a lot. Okay, another thing that's prominent up in here, roadside springs. When we were up there at that Yellow Snake campground, you seen that trough with the spring coming out of it. When I read the brochure, that was actually for the horses too. So the horses drink out of the trough, but you can get the water out of that where it came out of the spigot. Pretty cool, but this is some of the best water you ever drink in your life.
All right, I think I'm gonna end the adventure here. It rained pretty much all day. Higher elevations, we were getting snow, as you've seen. But just to recap, day one we came up here, we got some work done around here that we needed to get done. Headed out there, looked for some sheds, which we were skunked on that, but it was an adventure in its own, you know. Some really good, nice things to see there. Day two, I woke up and decided I'm going to Quehanna. And I'm glad I did. I had a wonderful day. I'll tell you, I put probably at least 10 miles on over there. But one thing that sticks out to me, the intersection there of Quehanna and number 15 trail, where they used the logs and beat them out for a stream, or you know, for a water access point. It was awesome. It was good ingenuity, you know, nice to see that stuff in the middle of the woods, you know. But you have to give it to anybody, anywhere in the United States, anywhere, in the world, maintaining trails. It's a job in its own. You don't get paid for it, most of them. So, but yeah, it was fun. But day three, we headed out to Umbrella Rock in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania. On the way there, we ran into a herd of elk, and I've seen elk like coming back through Benazet that day and everything. But that Umbrella Rock was very unique, and the unique structures of the rocks. And to do, you can find out a little bit more about that if you go online there and just Google Umbrella Rocks in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania. And I forget the site. I'm sorry about that, but I don't have service anywhere here. You can get it on there, and it will give you the directions. But if you follow along here on the video, it was pretty spot on. I think it was more easy than reading along them directions. So anyhow, we had a great day there again, you know, with the elk and all that. But I had a wonderful time. Now I want to give you some words of wisdom. Again, hope to help somebody. But your life won't get better by chance. It gets better by change. So those are the words of wisdom. And always remember, get off your seat and move your feet. Had another wonderful time. The video is probably a bit long here, but hey, you're seeing what I'm seeing when I'm out here on these adventures. When I'm out in the woods, you're seeing it. And I hope you enjoy it. All right. Thank you again, and a special thank you to Mr. Miller again. Thank you very much.